Probability is the likelihood or chance that a particular event will or will not occur. The theory of probability provides a quantitative measure of uncertainty, of occurrence of different events resulting from a random experiment, in terms of quantitative measures ranging from 0 to 1. Experiment, it is a process which produces outcomes. Example, tossing a coin is an experiment. An interview to judge the job satisfaction levels of the employees in an organization is an experiment. Event, it is the outcome of an experiment. Example, if the experiment is to toss a fair coin, an event can be obtaining a head. If an event has a single possible outcome, then it is a simple, or elementary, event. A subset of outcomes corresponding to a specific event is called an event space. Independent, two events are said to be independent, if the occurrence or non-occurrence of one is not affected by the occurrence or non-occurrence of the other. Dependent events, two events are said to be dependent, if the occurrence or non-occurrence of one is affected by the occurrence or non-occurrence of the other. Mutually exclusive events, two or more events are said to be mutually exclusive if the occurrence of one implies that the other cannot occur. If X and Y are mutually exclusive, then probability of X intersection Y equals 0. Sample space, denoted by S, it is the set of all possible outcomes in an experiment. Approaches to estimate probability. Classical/prior approach. This approach happens to be the earliest. This school of thought assumes that all the possible outcomes of an experiment are mutually exclusive and equally likely. If there are A possible outcomes favorable to the occurrence of event E, and B possible outcomes unfavorable to the occurrence of event E, and all these possible outcomes are equally likely and mutually exclusive, then the probability that the event E will occur, denoted by PE. PE equals number of outcomes favorable to occurrence of E, divided by total number of outcomes. Relative sequence/empirical approach. This method uses the relative frequencies of past occurrences as the basis of computing present probability, hence it is based on experiments conducted in the past. If an event E has occurred R number of times in a series of N independent trials, all under uniform conditions, then the ratio of R gives the probability of event E provided N is sufficiently large. Probability of event E equals favorable trials divided by total of trials. Subjective/intuitive/judgmental approach. This approach is based on the intuition of an individual. This is not a scientific approach. It is based on accumulation of knowledge, understanding, and experience of an individual. Laws of probability. For any event, probability lies between 0 and 1. It is represented in percentages, ratios, fractions. Each event has a complementary event. That is probability of E plus probability of E naught equals 1.